The orca lives in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond.
Welcome to SeaWorld's Orca Encounter. My name's Delaney, and I'm so honored to introduce you to this intriguing and majestic animal. There's nothing like seeing a killer whale up close, learning about them and their natural behaviors. We hope this Orca Encounter will help all of you gain a greater appreciation for these magnificent creatures and all that they represent.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types or ecotypes of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whale size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
Killer whales truly are a natural wonder, and my friends Keet and Ulises are going to help me show all of you some of their physical characteristics. Their blowhole is perfectly designed to allow them to get a quick breath of air at the surface of the water. Even the location of their eyes works to your advantage. It may appear that their eyes are in this white patch. However, that's a visual distraction. Their eyes are actually located right in front of that white patch, camouflage from thrashing prey. The fin on the back of the whale is called the dorsal fin, which helps stabilize orcas as they swim and helps regulate body temperature. This fin has no bone or muscle structure inside of it, which is why you may see it curved. The flippers located on either side of the orca's body are called pectoral flippers and are mainly used for steering and stopping. Pectoral flippers have 5 bony digits inside them, just like the human hand.
Oh!
Standing.
You can't see either.
spun on the end of the orca's tail are called flukes. The tail fluke is a killer whale's engine, propelling them close to 30 miles per hour. That's as fast as some of our speedboats. But they swim the fastest and use the most power when propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies all the way up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orcapod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shouka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as part of their communication. They use pectoral slaps to show dominance or to get noticed. For example, a mother may use a pec slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they preach. Spy hopping is how killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings while hunting. Slaps are another form of communication that killer whales use in the wild, and of course, right here at SeaWorld. At the top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Whales in the southern hemisphere will capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach. You all just saw Shouka demonstrating a similar behavior and movement right here in front of all of you. Antarctic orcas will actually create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking unsuspecting seals into the water. Watch as Orca demonstrates a similar wave-making technique at the front of the pool, showing you all one of the many complex and impressive hunting abilities that killer whales have developed all around the world. Now, you've seen these waves crashing in front of all of you, but you can't really imagine the amount of water displaced until you experience it firsthand. And luckily, Gabriel and Sebastian have both volunteered to come on down and feel the power of these waves made by the killer whales in that 55-degree saltwater. So can we give them some encouragement, please? All right, you guys go ahead and take a seat on that box right there. Pretend it is an iceberg. You guys are seals. Hold on tight, all right? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Yeah, all right. Are you guys ready to see it get wet? Yeah. Are you guys ready to get wet? Are you ready? Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like Shouka is making her way over. All right, here she comes. And 3, 2, and 1. You guys did great. Killer whales are found all over the world, so it's no wonder they eat all types of prey, including other whales. The blue whale on the screen here is the largest animal on Earth. It is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than a killer whale. So how does an orca, Shouka, or orchid size eat a whale that size in the wild? Well, it's all possible because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround the sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Play is an important part of everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach the young to hunt and to practice their skills as they grow. You can find killer whales interacting with each other and showing their playful side off in the wild. We see it here at SeaWorld too. Porpoising is when an orca swims fast at the surface, scraping out of the water just briefly. You can find them doing this when catching a ride in a wakeboat boat or when like killer whales in British Columbia. You can find killer whales imitating each other all the time. They're constantly mimicking and learning from one another. Playful behavior has a purpose. In the wild, a tail whip is used to stun fish. But today, these orcas just might be stunning all of you. Every day, which allows us to share trust relationships and provide optimal health care, research, and quality of life. The whales here take an active role in their own health and well-being. They will roll over and offer their tail flukes, which allows us to get a blood sample from the veins running through them. Therefore, we can monitor their overall health. They will even slide out onto a scale so we can weigh them, just like Orkid is doing on the screen here. That way, we can ensure that younger whales are growing properly and adults are maintaining a healthy weight. And we can even take a breath sample from their blowhole. All of this is possible because of the trusted relationships that we have built together, day after day, right here at SeaWorld. And now I'd like to take the time to introduce you to the two very special whales that we have in front of us. We have Keet and Ulises. Can we give them a big round of applause? Keet is 30 years old and Ulises here is 46. They live here with 6 other killer whales, and together they have inspired millions around the world, and hopefully you all here today as well, to help protect and conserve these beautiful animals and, of course, the ocean they live in. We challenge our whales every day to learn new things, to engage and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and, of course, play help keep these orcas in great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective way to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply.
I'm coming.
What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.